You know, I spent a good part of my morning today just sitting in this chair, looking at this small piece of glass and plastic sitting on my side table, my smartphone. It's a strange little object, isn't it? We spent the first 60 years of our lives without them, and now they've become the modern heartbeat of our relationships. I sat there, and I watched it. I wasn't waiting for a business call or a bank alert. I wasn't waiting for the news. I was just waiting for a sign, a vibration, a name to pop up on that screen. And I know that you, watching this right now, probably do the same thing more often than you'd like to admit to your neighbors. One day you realize the phone didn't stop ringing. You just stopped being urgent. You look at that phone and you tell yourself stories. You become a novelist of excuses. You say, they're just busy with a new project at work. The kids have soccer practice and piano lessons. The traffic in the city must be overwhelming today. You build these little defensive walls of excuses brick by brick just to protect your heart from the cold, sharp realization that you are slowly becoming a ghost in the lives of the very people you brought into this world. You feel like a spectator in a theater where you used to be the lead actor. I'm 81 years old. I've lived through 12 presidents, 3 major wars, and the transition from rotary phones to artificial intelligence. And today, I'm not going to offer you a shoulder to cry on or a collection of sweet empty platitudes that you can find on a Hallmark card. I'm going to give you the truth. The real reason your family doesn't call anymore isn't because they don't love you. It's not because they've forgotten the sacrifices you made. It's something much deeper, much more structural, and perhaps much harder to swallow. But I promise you this. Once you accept it, you will finally be free from the tyranny of that silent phone. Let's talk about the first great wall between us and our families, the distortion of time. For us, having crossed the threshold of 70, 80, or 90 years, time has changed its shape. It's no longer a sprint. It's a quiet, steady river. We notice the way the light hits the floor in the afternoon. We notice the specific way the seasons change in the trees in the backyard. We have time to think, to remember, and to wait. But for our children and our grandchildren, time is a Category 5 hurricane. In their world, you are permanent. In your world, tomorrow is a privilege. They aren't ignoring you on purpose. They are simply trying to survive a world that demands 24 hours of their attention every single day. They are caught in the thicket of life. In their minds, you are eternal. You are the one constant. To them, you've always been there, like a mountain in the background of their childhood. And here is the psychological trick. People don't feel the need to call a mountain every day just to make sure it's still standing. They assume the mountain is fine. They assume you don't need them because you were the one who always provided the strength. But here is the hard, cold truth that we often hide from ourselves. We have become emotional conveniences. They love you, but they don't need us for their daily survival anymore. When they were 5, we were their world. When they were 20, we were their safety net. But now, they have their own safety nets, their own worlds. In the modern, fast-paced world, if something isn't urgent, it gets pushed to a drawer in the back of the mind. They love you. They just don't feel your time the way you do. The greatest mistake we make at 81 is making our happiness a hostage to a notification on a screen. We sit. We wait. We watch the clock. And the longer we wait, the more bitter we become. Have you felt that bitterness? That heat in your chest when the phone rings and it's just a telemarketer? I've learned that bitterness is a poison we drink ourselves, hoping the other person will feel the pain. If you feel like your family is distant, let me say something that requires a bit of courage to hear. Maybe you've become the person who only talks about the distance. Reflect on your last few conversations. Was it a joy for them to hear your voice, or did it feel like an audit? No one wants to call a museum of grievances. No one wants to pick up the phone only to hear, "Oh, so you finally remembered I exist," or "I haven't heard from you in 3 weeks. I thought I was dead to you." That doesn't bring them closer. It creates a wall of guilt. And guilt is the fastest way to kill a relationship. It turns a phone call into a chore, and nobody likes chores. The invisibility we feel is often reinforced by our own punishing silence or our constant tallying of who called whom last. We have to stop being the debt collectors of love. If you are listening to this and you feel that heavy knot in your stomach loosening, if you feel like finally someone is putting into words what you've been afraid to tell your own children, then I want to invite you to join us. Subscribe to this channel. This isn't just about aging. It's about reclaiming our dignity. We are building a community here for the witnesses of life who are tired of the filters. Hit that button, and let's keep walking this path together. Now let's look at the hardest truth of all. They are actually afraid of your silence. Have you ever thought about that? Your silence reminds them of the mortality they aren't ready to face. Your old age is a mirror of their future, and most people, especially in our fast-paced American culture, are terrified to look in that mirror. When they see your face on a video call or hear your slower voice, they see the end of their own road. It's easier for them to keep driving fast and not look at the signs. It's not that they don't love you, it's that they are afraid of what you represent, the inevitableness of time. So what do? Do we just sit here and fade away? No. We accept it. We stop begging for crumbs of attention. Do you know what I do now? I bless their silence. I've changed my prayer. Instead of asking God why they don't call, I say, "Thank you that they are so deeply immersed in the beautiful struggle of life that they haven't had to stop yet." It means they are healthy. It means they are working. It means they are building their own legacy. I have decided that my love for them is not a transaction. I don't give it to get a phone call in return. I give it because I am the well, and they are the ones out in the desert. A well doesn't run after the traveler. The well just stays cool and deep, waiting for when the traveler is thirsty. If you're finding value in this perspective, please make sure you've liked the video. It helps other people our age find this message. We need to stick together. Here is your survival plan for the final chapter. It's a difficult challenge, but you've survived decades of hardship. You've survived heartbreak, loss, and physical pain. You can survive a quiet afternoon. First, cut the cord of expectation. This is the hardest part. You have to mentally release them. Stop checking the clock at 6 p.m. thinking they should be off work now. If they call, let it be a pleasant surprise, like finding a $20 bill in an old coat pocket. If they don't, remember that your afternoon still belongs to you. It is still a gift from the Creator. Your time is not wasted just because it wasn't shared with them. Second, become interesting to yourself again. This is where many of us fail. We spent 40 years being mom or dad or the boss, and we forgot who we are when the audience leaves. What do you love to do when no one is watching? Read that history book you bought 10 years ago. Plant a single seed in a pot and watch it struggle to grow. Walk the porch and count the birds. Become a master of your own company. When you are full of your own life, you stop being a vacuum that tries to suck energy out of others. You become a light that people want to sit near. Third, flip the script. Instead of waiting to be called, you be the one to reach out, but with a new, strict rule. Call them for exactly 60 seconds. Do not ask for anything. Do not complain about your back pain or the neighbor's dog. Do not mention how long it's been. Just say, "I saw a sunset today that reminded me of that trip we took to the coast. I just wanted to say I hope your day is wonderful. I love you. Goodbye." No demands. No, "Why haven't you called?" Just a deposit of love with no withdrawal. Do that and watch how the energy changes over a few months. The truth is, we are all walking toward the exit. Some are running, others are taking slow, deliberate steps. If your family isn't calling, it isn't a final judgment on your value as a person. It is simply the cycle of nature. The nest must be empty so that new nests can be built. Our job now isn't to hold them back. It's to show them how to age with dignity and without desperation. Don't die before your time by spending your precious remaining days waiting for someone who is still learning how to live. Be the peace that they will want to seek out when the storm of their own lives finally begins to quiet down. Be the one who stayed steady. I'm Bill. I'm 81 years old. And today I chose not to wait for the phone. I chose to listen to the quiet of my own home and find the Creator in it. I chose to be a witness to my own life, not a victim of someone else's schedule. The phone may be silent, but your dignity doesn't have to be. I want to hear from you now, and I mean it. Leave a comment below. Don't worry about the spelling or the grammar, just tell me, how long has it been since you felt truly seen by your family? How do you handle the silence? Let's talk about it here, in our community of witnesses who have decided to finally see themselves. And remember, don't wait to be remembered. Live in a way that cannot be forgotten. Stay with me. We have many more truths to uncover together. God bless you, and remember, the phone may be silent, but your life is still speaking. Listen to it.